there's always a reason for us to want to pray, because apart from the fact that, as we're going to see in that developing studies, you will realize that amongst the many things that Jesus intended to achieve with prayer was that he was teaching us a culture. If you look at the book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16, the Bible said that we need to come to his throne of grace. He was not the one who started prayer, so people have been praying, because we even see a revelation in the Old Testament where the Old Testament priests, the Old Testament psalmists to Israel, David will be speaking in Psalm 65 verse 2. He said that that he's referring to God as the one that answered the prayer of all flesh. That was to say all flesh were actually engaging in prayer far back in the Old Testament, before Jesus even showed up, began to teach people how to pray. All right. If you also notice that in that time there was already John the Baptist, and John has taught his disciples how to pray. And the Bible said that at a certain point in the book of Luke chapter 11, I guess so, while they were in that journey, the disciple of Jesus came to Jesus and tell Jesus, you see, the thing is, you need to teach us how to pray. So in Psalm 65 verse 2, and if you read down to verse 5, the psalmist also say that it is a privilege for us to even come into that place of prayer. Psalm 65 verse 2 to 5. He said that it's a privilege for us to come into that place, that nobody take that glory, that honor unto himself, except the one he called it to approach him. And part of that privilege is conveyed on us by salvation, by us having a relationship with God as a personal Lord and Savior. We can cry out. Do you remember the book of Romans chapter 8 said that when we first give our heart to Jesus, that the Spirit of God was bearing witness with our spirit. In that condition, we had the ability, we can cry out, Abba Father. Dear Abba Father now is a language of a family, it's a language of a home, it's a language of communication to a father. So having become a member of the family, the requirement therefore is that you will need to communicate. That is the fact that you have a father, that beyond your earthly father, you have a father that is more than your earthly father.